Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and I have a neat fall card to share with you today. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's Scallop Circle dies. There we are. The Fall Candies stamp set, Give Thanks stamp set and outline dies, Jaded Blossoms, Wheelbarrow dies, fall add-ons, their wheelbarrow die, and Doodlebugs Odds and Ends Farmers Market. And I did assemble this on the Wheelbarrow Dies Fall Add-ons assembly video, so you can check that out if you want to see me put that together. So first of all, I'm going to stamp a sentiment from that Fall Candies stamp set. There we go, on some Nina Desert Storm 80-pound cardstock using my Misty and some VersaFine Clara Nocturne ink. And I'm going to stamp that sentiment for the front of it. So it says Happy Fall. There we are. Then I'm going to use a circle die, just a plain circle die to cut it out. That's from my stash. Now on the inside, I'm going to stamp the sentiment Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm stamping that directly on that card base. My card is an A2 size card base, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches, made out of paper tray ink craft cardstock. So I'm going to add a strip of paper to the inside like I always do. This paper is Echo Park's Fall Fever. That's that 6-inch Fall Fever paper line. And I'm just going to layer two pieces up, like a 1 inch and like a, I don't know, a 1/2 inch, but I'm just kind of lining it up using my ATG tape. So I'm working on a Stampin' Up! Pad using my Anna Griffin Empress machine from all my die cutting, you know, all the normal stuff I do. So I'm just lining that up, and then I'm going to trim off that overhang with a pair of scissors. This is a very simple card once your die cut is assembled. There we are. And now I'm going to use these pieces from that Doodlebug Farmers Market Odds and Ends. So just some sort of fall stuff. So I'm going to add a little hay bale on the inside along with some leaves. I love to use odds and ends on the inside of my cards. I kind of like to make them make it themed like the outside is. So I'm just going to add a few little leaves and a flower. You know, just a little fun grouping. I think it adds a little something to your card. So using my Barely Art glue there, my reverse tweezers, and then I'm going to trim off that overhang with a pair of scissors. And there we go. Kind of fun. So I'm going to add a piece of paper to the front of my card. This is 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card front, just so there's going to be a little bit of a border of craft cardstock around the edge. There, and I'm just going to add that, just trying to get it as straight as I can. I'm a bit challenged when it comes to that. Now I went ahead and I used paper from that same pad, that wood grain one, and then this light blue is the 12-inch matching solids from Echo Park from Fall that matches the Fall Fever. And I'm going to add this circle to my card front. Actually, you know what? I didn't even use the scallop circled. Oh, no, I did use the scallop. I used the stitch and the scallop circle dies. Sorry, guys. So this is the stitch die and then just a normal one. And then there's the scalloped one that I use with my, my sentiment on the front. So I used a lot of cardstocks for this: Honey Nut, Scarlet Jewel, Orange Zest, Craft Black, Prairie Grass, and Canyon Clay, all from paper tray ink for those leaves and everything. I distressed around the edges with Vintage Photo. There, I used some Silvermere cardstock and American Crafts black cardstock for that little wheelbarrow, but you can watch me assemble that on the assembly video. And now I'm going to add the whole piece to the front. You'll see that I have that circle hanging off my card a bit, and I'm going to leave it like that. Originally, I thought I might cut it off, but I decided I'll just put it in a little bit of a bigger envelope. I like how it looked. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the back of this wheelbarrow and add it to my card front. It's kind of fun, right? I think inking around the edges of those leaves really added something. And now I'm going to pop up my sentiment with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And whenever I use a die that has already been assembled, there is an assembly video for that, so you can check that out. Isn't that fun? Oops, and of course I didn't get it I thought, got to get that leaf over top. It looks good. And there we go, fun stuff. And now I am pulling out some shape sprinkles, and I changed these. I left it in because I think that you should see when I make mistakes. So these, I didn't even know the brand of these enamel dots, but I thought I'd use the beige. And you'll see in a minute I'm going to change my mind. That's like, do I want to add different colors? No. I take them off and I decide to go with these shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. They're little brown hearts, and I just like the look of them better. So that's what I did. I think the hearts just looked better. So I'm just going to add them with my pen blade. And then there is my card. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks for watching, and we will see you soon in my next video. Bye, everybody.